Hey guys, Nats here, and welcome back to Book Chats with Nats. If you love thriller books, you're in the right place. So consider subscribing to keep up to date with all the best thriller recommendations. So today we're talking the queen of thriller books. It's, of course, Freida McFadden. We're going to rank all the Freida books that I've read, which is 13 now, to let you guys know the best ones. And if you've read any, let me know your thoughts down below. So if you're looking for the best plots, the slump breaker books, the books that will keep you turning the pages all night, these are the ones. And there hasn't been one that I haven't finished. So even the worst Freidas are still worth reading. There's nothing that I would just outright DNF. They're all worth reading. But the ones that are the best are just sensational. So without further ado, my rankings from best to worst. We'll start with Never Lie, the best one in my opinion. Set in a storm, a couple, Ethan and Trisha, go to look at a house that's up for sale. They get trapped in the storm and they find out the house was previously owned by a famous psychiatrist/author, Dr. Adrian Hale, who is now presumed murdered. She's gone missing. So the female MC finds patient recordings of Dr. Hale's patients, and it just gets crazy from there. This one was so fun and atmospheric. It was really fast-paced, as all Freidas are, and it had me hooked instantly. This one was impeccable. Read this one if you like storm settings, creepy environments, and unreliable narrators. And this one is a 4.5 stars. Second, The Housemaid, the original. In this wild ride, Millie, our female main character, has moved in with a rich couple. She is fresh out of prison and she's desperate for a job, so she agreed to be the maid for Andrew and Nina. Lady of the house, Nina, treats her terribly, and of course she bonds with the caring husband, Andrew. Once again, Freida had me questioning everyone, and she crafted twists that I never suspected. I was turning the pages all night, trying to finish it, and I loved it. I loved it. And I cannot wait because the film comes out at Christmas with Amanda Seyfried and Sydney Sweeney. 4.5 stars for this one. Next up is The Wife Upstairs. So this is in the same kind of vein as Verity. I'm sure most of you will know that, by Colleen Hoover, but it's even more twisted and, in my opinion, better. So it's set in an isolated house and it's focused on a wife who had a bad accident. She can't speak and she lives with her writer husband, and then he hires a woman to help take care of his wife. I won't spoil it, but it's super captivating. It's a total whirlwind. Read this if you like love triangles, trapped in vibes, and badass female characters. I gave this a 4.5 stars. Fourth place, The Perfect Son. As you can guess by the title, this focuses on the son of our female main character, who seems perfect, but of course soon someone's missing, and could the perfect son be to blame? This one's a really easy read. It was suspenseful rather than completely twisted, but I really enjoyed the family domestic elements. Read this one if you like family dynamics, younger characters, and missing people. And I gave this a 4 stars. Next is The Crash. I really enjoyed this one. It came out in January, so it's one of her more recent releases. It's told from the point of view of a pregnant woman named Tegan and another woman named Polly. It was really atmospheric, really creepy. So it opens with Tegan. She's pregnant, she's broke. She drives out to visit her brother in a snowstorm. Typical creepy trope. She crashes her car and she's rescued by a local mechanic, and she winds up at his place with his wife, who's a former nurse. And then it switches across to the former nurse's point of view. Her name's Polly, and you're just suspicious of everyone. And I loved it because you just didn't know who to trust. Read this one if you like isolated settings, trapped in vibes, and pregnancy content. And I gave this one 4 stars. Next up, we have The Housemaid is Watching. This is the 3rd installment of the Housemaid series. So in this one, Millie and Enzo now have 2 kids, and they've moved to suburbia into a lovely cul-de-sac, but things get wild. Is Enzo up to no good with the flirty neighbor? The kids involved. Is someone going to go missing? This one's crazy. I prefer it to the second Housemaid book. I just loved reading about Millie as a wife and just the creepy cul-de-sac vibes. It was really fun, had me gripped, and I didn't guess the twist at all. Read this one if you like romantic elements, neighborhood drama, and family dynamics. And I gave this a 3.75 stars. Do Not Disturbed is up next. This one was set mostly at a rundown motel during a storm. We follow our main female character who's on the run after getting up to no good. She ends up at this motel, and of course there's a bunch of crazy characters here. I didn't get the twist, and I was kept guessing, but ultimately it was a little bit of a letdown towards the end. Read this one if you like on the run tropes, romantic subplots, and lots of characters. And I give it 3.5 stars. The Boyfriend is up next. This was my very first Freida McFadden book, so I do have a special place for it, even though it's not my favorite. It's told from dual perspectives. Present day Sydney, she's living in New York, she's trying to date, she's blind to all of the red flags of her dates. And then we have the other point of view, Tom, and it's told from his past. So we get insight into his younger years. He meets his first love, Daisy. He goes through family issues. And of course, the paths collide of Sydney and Tom in the present day. And the twists kick off from there. There's lots of other characters, her friends living in the apartment complex. This one's, it's just such a good read. It's really fun, really wild. You'll fly through it. And for me, it was the perfect entry level into the world of Freida McFadden. Read this one if you like dating, alternating timelines, and childhood love. I gave it a 3.5, but thinking about it now, maybe 3.75. It's really good. It's not my favorite, but it's solid. And then we have The Housemaid's Secret. This one was the second Housemaid book. Wendy Garrick, she is trapped and she needs saving. So of course, Millie, that's what she does best. She gets a job for the family and she's there to help. So this one started slow. I was thinking until 50% of the way in, like, okay, what's going to happen? It's pretty clear cut. We've got a crazy husband. We've got a trapped in wife and she's being, abused. Millie's going to save the day. Yeah, think again. So this was one of those rare books where the ending is better than the bulk of it. So read this if you like domestic violence themes, romantic subplots, and badass females. 3 stars for this one. Number 10 is One by One. I have this in the flesh. This one starts with Claire and Noah. They've been married since college and they have 2 kids and they are going away with 2 other couples for a week to a beautiful little cabin in the woods. They're going to, hunt and fish and hang out. And soon, en route, they break down, of course. And so they go out on foot, trying to find their destination. They get lost and they're in the woods and members of the group are slowly disappearing one by one. I loved it. It was really fun, really atmospheric. Read this if you like isolated settings, cheating, and lost in the woods tropes. I gave it a 3 stars. Started better than it finished, but it was solid. Latest Freida, The Tenant in at number 11. Blake Porter, he was fired from his job as the VP of marketing. He can't make his mortgage payments on his brownstone that he shares with his fiance, so they get a flatmate. Enter Whitney. She's charming. She seems lovely. Of course, we know it's going to go wrong. This one was different than her usuals because it's got the male point of view and it just had a different vibe, a different feeling to it. I was excited to see where it would go. I raced through it. I quickly got to the middle portion and was really enjoying it, but then it didn't end as well. I think there was just too many weird, crazy coincidences for me, and I did manage to figure it out. But on the plus side, I raced through it and I did really enjoy it. I gave it a solid 3 stars. Read this one if you like male points of view, romantic subplots, and revenge tropes. And in terms of the book it was most similar to out of Freida's, I'd say The Boyfriend. The Teacher. This one is set at a school and it's told from dual perspectives. We've got Addie, who is a student, and then we have Eve. Is it Eve? Yep, Eve. And she's a teacher at the school and also talks about her husband, Nate. This one kind of read more as a romantic YA book in part, so I didn't enjoy it as much. And it also had, for me, the least amount of satisfying twists and just some bizarre parts. So read this if you like school settings, romantic subplots, and just wild, weird things. 2.75 stars for me. And coming in last, Ward D, Amy Brenner, medical student. She has to spend the night locked in a psychiatric ward as part of her rotation. I didn't love this. The mental health stereotypes were just a bit ridiculous, and it did start to feel like a bad horror movie towards the end. Not my favourite. Read this if you like. Book set over one night, lots of wild and wacky characters and friendship elements. I gave this a 2.5 stars. So those are the Freida McFadden books I've read. That's my ranking. What ones have you read? Chat to me below and let me know which ones are your favourite. Do you agree with my ranking? Which ones are you excited to read next? And I think there's another one coming out in October because, as we know, the devil works hard, but Freida McFadden works harder. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.